24th of October. These are the charts of the day. We had a real good day on Wall Street. I like the technical action. Not so much underlying advanced declines and up-down volume, but they had to recover from losses earlier. Indices did very well, and we had some breakouts. Now, stock-wise, ABBV also broke out of a 3-month trading range, and now looks like it's headed to test the 156 and 162 zones. Once you get to that, you're looking at a retest of the highs 175. I like the configuration. AEA charts, one of our swings has been doing great, and today had a really nice follow-through session. Got up to 22, traded at 21.95 after hours. 22.08 was the high. You can see though that once we broke through the double top here, and then took out the 1943 number, we've gone almost vertical now. In about 8 days, we've gone from 13.85 to 22.08, and now I'm thinking we're looking at 26, a double. Potentially 35 in the next few weeks or months. We'll see. Looks good. Stick with it. Boyle, I believe that our esteemed colleague Gilles, who bought calls at this point, is absolutely correct. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave decline, followed by a selling climax, followed by engulfing reversal bar with really strong volume. The second biggest volume that we've seen going back to June today on an uptick. And so now my targets are going to be take out the declining tops line there 40 and move into that 47, 48 range. Those are my swing targets. CECE broke out of a coil in wave 4 and been moving the last 2-3 weeks. Today spiked up and got up to my target at 12 before backing off to finish at 11.30, up 80 cents. Still on strong volume, one of the better days we've seen. Ultimately, I'm looking for 15 on a swing. The CVLG broke through a triple top. I like the long-term chart. This appears to be the potential angle of ascent. Nice parallel rising channel. It is a 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 5th wave is underway. It looks like a 1, 2, and wave 3 of 5 is underway. So I'm looking for a move up to about 44.5, maybe a pullback flag, and then run up into the mid to high 50s as targets. EPOW. I think it's about to explode, folks. A beautiful pop and narrowed wedge. Broke out today, but the volume isn't enough yet. If it does pop, we might see 4.5, 5.25, and then 6, 6.5 for retest of that spike high from August. Personal position of mine. ESPR, swing trade that continues to look good. It's slowly rising. It's like Heinz ketchup, just keeps moving. And this one, right at resistance now, as you can see, triple top area. First target, 9.5-ish. IMRA, folks, when I step back and look at this chart, there isn't much better. You can't get better than that. You get a really narrow, quiet base suddenly in a breakaway gap, a big volume. Then you get a 6-week consolidation coil. And you break out and explode on a gap, pull back and reverse, spike up, back and flip for through 3 days. And then today, spike up again, 383 to 476, finish 440 up 48 cents. That's 12%. It's a thinly traded stock, but it's starting to trade some volume, but it's had a huge move. It's literally gone from 1 to 4.75 in the last 6 weeks, 7 weeks. But there is a target and resistance up here at about, looking at 5. And then this is going to be a big resistance area. So the target will be 6, 6.25 beyond that. Your support, the last, I would say, do not let this go into 3.75. Mara, well, after a long decline and a nice run up, Fibonacci retracement, it got right to resistance. It did a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave decline. Double bottom, and it's moved today. I think that the 95 cent, 8% move on 18 million shares may be significant in that it looks like it's about to cross this declining tops line. Then your targets are going to be 15, 15.25, and 18.5 for starters. MOTS, after a huge long decline and a reverse split, I believe, the stock spiked on 56 million shares. From 160 to 240, finished 190 up 30 cents. That's 19%. Look for a follow through to test lateral price and moving average resistance at 2.75. NVX. Novonix broke its declining top line with a major breakaway gap on volume. 215,000 shares doesn't sound a lot, but it's the biggest volume in any day since it went public. And right now, I'm looking for a low volume move that takes it up to about 9.75. And then maybe we'll test 11.75, 12. PCVX, big day today, huge. major biotech news. It exploded after opening at 35. It pulled back to 24.97 down here, and then ripped back up to 33. Looks to me like it's a major breakout of a 1.5 to 2 year long base. And I'd be looking for mid to high 40s for the next swing trade move. SOBR looks like it broke out today. Even though the volume wasn't big, 6.1 million isn't bad, but if compared to what we've seen, it isn't. If it pops again and takes out 4 1/4, you might see the stock quickly go to 5 3/4, 6. STRO broke a multi-month coil with a pop, although it did back off and only up 7.8%. That's not bad. With a volume of 644,000 being better, but not great. It's one of those biotech stocks that has a chance of being much bigger. 8 and 9.5 targets. And finally, VRT coming out of a long inverse head and shoulders broke the neckline today with a pop. Finished up 77 cents or about 6% on 4.2 million, but and it did have a high near 14.69, so it backed off about 70 cents, lost half of its gain. Nevertheless, an indication it may want to extend the move. There is some resistance at 15. That's my initial target. And then I'm looking at 18, 18.5. Let's look at some of the hot stocks at TechTrader.com for Monday, the 24th of October. This is HP signing off. Have a great evening, everybody. Now let's make some money.